Hello everybody and welcome to the Summer 2013 Finals edition of MBHL on the Ball. As always, I'm your host, Matthew LaFleur-Harewood. Teams have gone through 13 regular season games, 2 playoff rounds, and 1 finals game to this. A chance to win the NBHL championship. We have 5 Game 2s lined up for you, so let's get straight to it. Our first finals comes from the M League and sees the Mess taking on Studs 2. The Mess finished second in the standings, 6 points ahead of 5th place Studs 2. The Mess defeated the Studs in the quarters and Pledge in the semis, while Studs 2 took out the North Stars and Lipun to get to the finals. The teams tied the first game and will be looking for a win to secure the championship. We start this game deep in Studs 2 zone. The Mess are buzzing around getting shots towards goalie Vince Perron but can't beat him. The ball makes its way back to the red line but not out. Finally, Peter Pageant rips a slap shot that beats Perron down low. The Mess take the lead, 1-0. Move on later in the period, the Mess still attacking. Jimmy Goral settles in the corner, goes cross-crease to Nick Ciambella, who sends it back to Goral for a one-timer, forcing Perron to make a pad save. Studs 2 first good chance comes on a 2-on-2 where goalie Jeff Howells comes far out of his net to stop Mark McGee up close. Back at the other end, Perron keeps his team in the mix with 2 quick pad saves in the slot. Now in the neutral zone, Chris Terrien steps around his defender at the blue line, but Howells ventures out of his net once again to end the threat. Perron makes another brilliant save against Dino Foglietta after an offensive zone face-off win by the Mess. With less than 20 seconds remaining in the first period, Studs 2 will tie the game. A face-off win gets the ball back to Joe Pereira, who just throws the ball on net, making its way through traffic to send both teams into the second, tied at 1. Now in the second period, more of the same from Perron, who stops Foglietta's shot despite having Ciambella in his face. Fast forward to 6 minutes into the second, Mike McDougall picks up the ball in the corner and finds Goral alone in front. Number 22 taps in an easy goal, giving his team the lead once again. Midway through the period off a face-off win, Claude Zivert's floating backhander hits the top of the net and falls in front, but the net is moved out of place before any damage can be done. Studs 2 get a power play late in the period and pull their goalie for a 6th attacker looking to tie the game. They pass the ball around but can't get a shot before it's intercepted and cleared down the length of the rink to secure the 2-on win and the oh-so-coveted M-League championship. The R-League final takes center stage now as NDG Rampage go toe-to-toe with Beavers for the championship. Beavers finished atop the R-League standings with a 12-1 record, while NDG Rampage sat 4th, 1 game over 500. Beavers won both games in the regular season and also lead this series 1-0 after a 3-1 win in Game 1. Let's see if NDG Rampage can climb back into this series and force a Game 3. NDG Rampage start on the attack. A beautiful give and go between Sebastian Ireland and Andrew Mirage leads to an odd man rush in Beaver zone, but Mike Morganti can't finish up close. Back on the rush at the other end, Tommy Spiroulias gets the ball in front, but Robert Bellini deflects it out of play. Great end-to-end action early in the first. This time Robert Cosenza's shot is stopped by Steve Deladone's quick glove. Back the other way, we see more great defense from the NDG Rampage group. A strong backcheck prevents a dangerous shot from being taken before Adamo Vitagliano clears the front of the net. NDG Rampage finally break the ice 10 minutes into the period. Marco Morganti's point shot is stopped by Deladone, but William Descote taps in the rebound between the netminder's legs to give his team the lead. Looking to strike quick and often, NDG Rampage are back on the attack moments later, but Deladone stones both Matt Custra and Anthony Ranieri. At the 14-minute mark, after making save after save after save, the Beavers goalie lets in a soft one when he leans off his post, leaving just enough room for Mirage to squeeze the ball through and into the net. 2-0 NDG Rampage. Now in the second period, Beavers look to get back into this game, trailing by 2. The boys in gray buzz around Peter Narducci's net, but can't finish, with Vishak Sukumaran hitting the post. On a bizarre play, Alex Drago's point shot is stopped by Narducci, but Mario Starnino taps in the rebound over the sprawled goalie. Although the ball never went through, the goal was awarded seeing as Adam Beluski was about to put it in anyways. NDG Rampage would regain their 2-goal lead moments later on a beautiful tic-tac-toe play between Decode, Mirage, and Morganti, who finishes it off with a sharp angle shot. It's now 3-1. NDG Rampage would score another goal to give them a 3-goal cushion before Custra buries the Ireland rebound, and at the same time the Beavers, meaning we're going into a third minigame. The minigame ended in a 0-0 tie, which brings us to sudden death overtime. Andrew Lin breaks in alone against Narducci, but the netminder makes a great save to keep it out. That save would prove to be a difference maker when this happens. Mirage shot from the blue line fools an unsuspecting Deladane, sending the NDG Rampage bench ablaze and the Beavers bench in disbelief. NDG Rampage win the R-League Championship, but also pay homage to teammate Chris Maggio, who passed away this summer. Our third game features the top 2 seeds of the F-League battling for the championship, the Rooks versus Easy Company. The Rooks finished only 3 points ahead of Easy Company in the standings, and both have similar stats in goals for and goals against. Easy Company lost both games between the two teams in the regular season and trailed 1-0 in this series after losing game 1, 4-1. We begin with Easy Company coming down on the attack. Ahmed Sadeghi gets the ball to Rick Mizet, who breaks in on a 2-on-1. He opts to shoot, but Matt Konstantakis makes the pad save. Back on the attack moments later, a nice passing play between 3 Easy Company players leads to a good chance for Matt Lacroix up close. Back the other way now, Ryan Langton gets the ball behind the defenders, but a nice back check stops him from shooting. Now deep in the Rook zone, Sadeghi battles hard on the boards, gets the ball back at the face-off circle, and takes a good shot towards Konstantakis. A turnover in Easy Company zone gives Phil DiGiacomo a grade A chance in the slot, but Gino Soretta robs him with a great glove save. We head into the second with a scoreless tie. The Rooks look to break that tie early, but Zach Mitchell can't pull the trigger in front of Soretta. Also looking to break a double goose egg we have going on right now, Clyde Sharp tees up a howitzer at the face-off dot, but can't beat Konstantakis. It really is a goaltending duel here in the F-League final. Back in Easy Company territory, Marc-André Menard gets his own chance alone in the slot, but his slap shot is denied by the glove. Finally, more than 35 minutes into this pivotal game 2, we get a goal. The initial shot misses the net and the rebound is fanned on. Sylvester Bzittel swerves around a sprawling defender and feeds Alexandre Lutfi in front, who beats Soretta up high. It's 1-0, Rooks. Only 3 minutes after that goal, Mitchell Mangoni leads a 3-on-1 past the blue line before saucing it past to DiGiacomo, who tips it by Soretta. Some soft hands all around on that one. It's 2-0. And just 3 minutes after that one, Sadeghi sends Lacroix in alone against Konstantakis. The big forward does his best Gordon Bombay impression with a triple deke that freezes the netminder, bringing Easy Company to within 1. Easy Company benefit from a late power play opportunity in the dying moments of the period, but Konstantakis denies Mezzi of Easy Company's best chance late, and the Rooks would resist any further attack to claim the F-League Championship. Game 4 comes from the B-League and has Potatoes facing off with Lynx. The Potatoes top the standings while also scoring the most goals in the league. Lynx finished 5th in the 8-team league and defeated second place Stacked in a 3-game semifinal series. The Potatoes won both games in the regular season, outscoring Lynx 13-4, but the teams tied Game 1 of this finals. Game 4 starts with Lynx on the power play. Troy Ryan's initial point shot goes wide but hits off those lively boards. Anthony Arcarachi grabs the rebound and his shot hits the Potatoes defender in front and deflects to the back of the net. It's 1-0 Lynx. We fast forward 6 minutes later. The ball is controlled by the Potatoes after an offensive zone face-off win. Manny Kortoglu gets the ball in the slot, and before anyone can stop him, he shoots a laser, and it's a tie game, 1-1. Looking to grab back the lead, Julio Correa streaks down the far boards only to see his pass cut off by goalie Davide Iofredi. The Potatoes would get that lead on the power play. Passing the ball around the blue line, it finally makes its way to Eric Fay, who unleashes an absolute cannon by Greg Kelly. Not even slow motion could capture that shot. 2-1. Now in the second period, Lynx come out of blazing right off the opening faceoff, but can't convert on their chances up close. Back in the Lynx zone, Kelly is doing everything he can to keep his team in the game. with a little help from Jason Pine behind him. Still in the Lynx zone, if Kelly can't make the save and Pine isn't there behind him to stop the ball, the Lynx goalie can still count on his trusty post. All that luck would come to an end with 12 minutes remaining in the period. Kortoglu and Fai partake in a beautiful give and go that ends with Fai tapping in the ball behind Kelly to make it 3-1 Potatoes. Lynx didn't get many chances in the second period, spending most of the period stuck in their zone. When they did get some pressure, Ira Freddy was there to make the save, including this one on Eric Carlo Musto on the breakaway. With the game basically out of reach and the score now 4-1, Frank Manganiello and JJ Cosentini team up to score what might be the goal of the night, with Cosentini finishing it up in style and even getting our cameraman to take part in the excitement. The Potatoes would score another one to take this game 6-1, and with it, the B-League Championship, their third championship in 3 years. Can we say dynasty? Our last finals comes from the K-League and sees Cromerica taking on Cafe Izola. Both teams finished first and second in the league, with Cromerica holding a 1-point lead to take top spot. Both teams faced off only once in the regular season, with Cromerica taking that one 5-4. In Game 1 of this finals, Cafe Izola beat Cromerica in a high-scoring 7-5 win. This game starts with Cromerica on the attack. Nick Manassa's shot is stopped by Matt Legler, and Richard Shefteshi fans on the rebound. Manassa cuts down the far boards moments later, but his shot goes wide. Mark Costandi picks up the ball in the corner, and with a bad defensive coverage against him, walks in and beats Legler. It's 1-0 Cromerica. That lead would only last a minute. Anthony Rinaldi loses his battle in the corner, but the clearing attempt hits the back of the net, giving him a second chance that he won't miss, backhanding a roofer on Justin Manassa. We have ourselves a tie game. A few plays later, Manassa tries to help his defensive core by clearing the ball himself, but it's intercepted at the blue line, forcing the Cromerica goalie to make a big save up close. On to the 10-minute mark of the first, Alex Apostolakis cuts through the middle of the zone and wires a backhand through traffic that doesn't get through. We move into the second with a 1-1 tie, but just 5 minutes into the period, Rinaldi heads behind the net and finds Zach Tseko in front, whose shot hits Dan Manassa and trickles in to give Cafe Izola the 2-1 lead. Cromerica looked to strike back later in the period. Legler makes a great pad save on Costandi's initial shot before stopping Michael Manukian on the rebound. With the score now 3-1 Cafe Izola, Phil Klitrinos is allowed to walk into the Cromerica zone virtually untouched and then cuts out from the corner, around his defender, to the front of the net, beating a sprawled Manassa to push the lead to 3. As if a 3-goal lead wasn't enough, Paul Jonas would put the game to bed when he collects the juicy rebound in front, snapping a wrister behind Manassa, giving Cafe Izola the 5-1 win, and with it, the K-League Championship. First-year team with the first MBHL championship. And now, for the worst play of the night. Looking for a well-deserved rest at his bench, Studs 2's Vince Pons is greeted by Robert Togby's right hand instead, sending Pons reeling. An unfortunate play that grants him the worst play of the night. And now, for the highlight of the night. For that, we head back to the B-League Finals between Lynx and Potatoes, where my prediction of goal of the night comes true when Frank Manganiello and JJ Cosentini team up for an absolute beaut, with Cosentini finishing it up in style with a top-shelf backhand. That's it for the final episode of NBHL On The Ball for the summer 2013 season. We've had some great games with great highlights, and we can now celebrate a flock of new champions. As we gear up for the fall season, I remind you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'll be seeing you in the fall.